What's going on, my brother?
What's up? Finally, we got some
news,
man. We got some shit to talk about, right? Some good stuff.
Instead of us kind of standing around going,
Exactly. Just waiting to see like what the next negative news story is going to be, but we got some good stuff today.
We do. Welcome everybody. Drop in the comments. So Zach and I were just working, and we decided to go live for you guys because we got a positive movement up. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Gary Gensler. We will talk about Ben Armstrong, BitBoy. And I think we'll talk about kind of all that's going on. So drop in the comments. You're watching this either on my channel or on Zach's channel. We're live streaming on both because that's just how we roll. So is everybody hearing us good? Let us know.
Yeah, we got some people filing in. Let us know how you guys are feeling today. What are you guys buying today? Let us know what cryptos are on your radar too. A lot of things on sale, altcoins, and kind of curious what other people have on their radar too.
Yep. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channels, please hit that subscribe button to both of our channels. We cover, and we're right here working for you guys every day. And some days are harder than others, especially right now. Or well, today's not. Today's a good day, right? So
no doubt. Yeah, definitely appreciate that. And I'll tell you what, if you guys are still hanging with us, really, thank you, because it's been brutal, man. But you know, it's days like today we finally get some good news. We get some positive sentiment. And, you know, we know where this thing's going, right? Like, we know the end game here. It's just, we got to go through the ringer a little bit on our way to it.
Yep. So we got people jumping in here. So Raul's buying Jasmine. That's probably a good one. ICP. Yes, the old ICP. Chainlink. I saw a deal the other day. Zach, I don't know if you saw that article. Something like the Chainlink's going to be like one of the big, it's one that nobody talks about, and it's just going to be massive. Chainlink, you know.
I love it. I've been covering a little bit more on the channel. You know, and it's still, there's not a lot of traffic there. That's okay, because people are going to know about it. You know, Chainlink's the idea was conceptualized all the way back in 2014.
Yeah.
And then they launched in 2019. But, you know, I look at them as more of an infrastructure play than just a standalone token or standalone project, because they're in the business of oracles, which is essentially, in layman's terms, kind of bridging blockchains together, making things interconnected. So I really don't look at it as, I hope this token pans out. This is like an infrastructure play. So there really is minimal risk when you're talking about altcoins, of course. And if you look at Chainlink in bear markets, it's outperformed pretty much every other altcoin in bear markets. Now, the last bull cycle, a lot of people thought Chainlink would go higher. It only crossed over, I think, a little bit over $50. But I think this next bull run, I think it's primed. And again, it's one of those assets you can hold and feel really confident in, right? Like, you don't have a lot of risk associated with Chainlink, in my opinion. So,
yeah, I mean, it's doing well. I mean, like, I mean, look at this. This is a 7-day chart, man. It's up. It's wow. I didn't know it's up on the 7-day. It's up 17%.
Go out to the 1 month.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay. Gee willikers. It's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been doing nice. It's been doing, Michael Van de Pope, our favorite analyst, recently talked about Chainlink bottoms probably already in. And it was funny. You know, he started talking about some movement about a week ago, and look what it's done.
Yep. Okay. XRP going to happen. What's your price prediction for XRP? I think it's going to go crazy in the next bull run. I think XRP is going to roll along with it. I think it's going to kill it. I mean, I know you feel the same. I know you're part of the XRP army as well, Zach. I mean, it's going to do well. I mean, price predictions are hard on this one, man. I mean, if we see crypto go to $3, $4, $5 trillion overall market cap, you're going to see XRP at least what, $2, $3 plus. I mean, you know, if not higher.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It's so hard to kind of finger point it, because the pent up demand there could be huge. I mean, when you look at institutions, like what they're looking at right now, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then it's probably XRP, right? I mean, it's those three that they want a piece of, in my opinion, more than anything else right now.
Well, I did a video that had come out later today. You knew I went and played golf yesterday, and I was playing with a couple of buddies of mine, and there was a new guy, right? One of my buddies brought a friend, and he found out what I did, and we were talking, and he said, okay, I got a question. He had dabbled a little bit in Dogecoin and SHIB and this and that. He said outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, which I know, because we had already had this kind of conversation, like you should own some Bitcoin, you should own some ETH. He said, what would you, if you're going to buy one other beyond that, not to take anything away from anybody else, but if you're going to buy one, and I didn't even skip a beat, I'm like XRP. I'm like, I would buy XRP at 50 cents all day because, they're in the business, and he didn't really know much about them. And here's the thing. I said, they're in the business of moving money globally, cross borders. There's banking adoption taking place, institutional investment adoption, commercial companies leveraging their tech, and governments. And he was like, where do I buy it? I'm like, Coinbase, anywhere else you want. I mean, because the value prop for that is very easy. Now, it's ironic. Compare that to Chainlink. And I'm not taking anything away from Chainlink, but if I would have spent 20 minutes explaining to him what Chainlink does, and what Chainlink does is amazing. But what XRP, you can explain that to somebody and they're like, oh, okay, I get it. You know?
No, I agree 100%. And I think that's why it's going to do well, because it's easy to explain. It's easy to see what they do. You're just basically taking the middle-man out, right? It's peer-to-peer transactions.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. It's quicker. You don't have to wait days and days and days. And in a world where business continues to move more and more internationally and globally, it just makes sense. I mean,
the settlement of money, actually to settle for you to move your money and to get it faster. Let's call it what it is. That's what people care about, period.
Yeah. And when we think about use cases in crypto, right? Like we can always say, there's a lot of people in the Bitcoin camp, hey, this is a store of value. Some people in Bitcoin that are Bitcoin maxis, we're going to spend Bitcoin, Lightning Network, all this stuff. But at the bare bones, it's a store of value. Yep. And I think when you look at XRP and you start going down the line, it's like, all right, what's the number one thing this thing does? And if you can't say it within 10 seconds, it's probably not there yet. XRP's right there. It's like, I mean, really, you look at all the altcoins, what has a bigger use case than XRP? It's hard to make an argument.
Ethereum, because it's Ethereum, but XRP is the next one.
One and two.
So I'm going to throw this ball at you here. I think you did a video on Pepe the other day. Is it still a good buy?
So
yeah, go ahead.
I got a video coming out later today on it. It's not even out yet. But
there you go.
But it's interesting because, well, I don't want to give it all away, but the thing with Pepe is that I've been super impressed by is their volume.
Yeah.
Because that's where you look at first in order to see, okay, does this crypto have staying power? Because anything can be a flash in the pan for a couple weeks or a month or whatever. But we're far removed from May when Pepe burst on the scene. And just yesterday, $70 million of volume. You know how much volume SHIB had yesterday? 75 million.
No,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that right there, and I basically kind of always go back to that. That's the number I'm looking at. If that number remains in the neighborhood of the Dogecoin and SHIB daily volume, then I think it's still here to stay. And I think, the whole narrative around Pepe, you guys know what it's from, the memes and blah, blah, blah. I think it's going to resurface and recycle during the election time again. And I no. So the answer is no. I don't think Pepe's dead. And I don't own any right now, full disclosure.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I don't own any, and I would say Zach's more up on it than I am. I hadn't looked in Pepe in a while, and I just learned a few things myself there. So that's interesting.
They had a big falling out. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yes, I did.
The multi-sig stuff and the 15 million and stuff. Yeah. But I mean, the price came down a little bit. Obviously, they you know how it is. People have a quick memory. If the chart starts moving back up, which it has the last 7 days, I think Pepe's up 17, 18%. People start looking at it again.
Okay, here's another one. Since we're just kind of going through, this actually was my golfing dialogue yesterday. The guy that I was talking to, the same guy on a different hole, he kind of asked me this. So we had this dialogue: is Doge worth buying? Because he bought and sold Doge back when our channel started, right? When Elon was going on at SNL, and he told me it was his son who tried to get him into it. And his son goes to Rice University down in Houston, Texas. And what he said everybody in the fraternities was buying Doge leading up to that Elon. It's always interesting to get these little factoids, right? Of like, real life examples and stuff. And, but I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Let's take a look at his chart. What do you think of the Doge is going to do? Do you think I think it's going to move up when the overall market moves up, because there's not a catalyst coming around to it right now. It's not like there's active development going on in Doge. What's your 2 cents?
I think you nailed it. It's a sleeping giant, though. because of one man himself. It's Elon. I mean,
it's Elon, $8.6 billion market cap. Volume is, look at this, to your volume point, $141 million.
Crazy. I mean, it's nuts. There aren't too many cryptos like that right now. I mean, and here's the thing. Elon is going to do something with it. Like everybody says, well, there's no use case. There's no use case yet. But if you want a sleeping giant that's just, ready to explode the minute Elon does anything with it,
the use case is Elon. It's called.
It really is.
That's
it really
the utility.
Is. Really
one word, Elon. You know what it is? It's like I still own some. Do you still own any?
I don't own any right now, but
yeah,
I still like this price point. I mean, you know how it is. You always got to kind of
buy it and hold it. Not investing advice, right? Just for one word, Elon. You know, it's not going to go anywhere tomorrow. It's not going to go, but it will go up when the next bull run goes up at 6 cents per token. I mean, it's a good buy. I mean, it's been as high as what, 70 plus cents, give or take, back in the Elon SNL days, So,
one other nugget on Dogecoin that a lot of people forget. It's been around for a while. It's been around since 2013.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it has staying power. A lot of people may not know that, just like coming into the market the last couple of years.
So this is a good four-way. Thanks for the super chat. $2. I think I can afford to go buy half my Chipotle today. So thanks.
I just ate mine.
That's what Zach just had. I'm going to do Chipotle here in a little bit. Can Gensler still refuse a spot BTC in 2024? Thoughts? The short answer is no. I don't think. I mean, I was watching and paying attention, Zach. I know you were as well, to the grilling that he got up on Congress. And I mean, dude, did you see the deal where they were like trying to? The one guy said buying Pokemon cards. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And how he was like, okay, well, if I buy it in a store, then I buy it on the blockchain. And Gary couldn't answer the question. I'm like, oh man, I love that shit.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I mean, now we got news today about an Ethereum ETF. We just covered that before we went on live. I mean, it's coming, guys. It's right here. It's on the doorstep. And the answer is, I mean, the answer is no. They can't stop this train. It's coming. I mean, I'll go back to somebody way more powerful than Gary Gensler. Okay, and that's Larry Fink. He's on our thumbnail. He's on our thumbnail. That's the guy in the middle on our thumbnail on this video. The guy that basically runs the biggest asset firm in the world. What do they handle? $10 trillion or something? BlackRock?
13. Yeah, it's big. Yeah,
something big. And the fact that he flipped, man, on crypto this year, I mean, that is huge. It's probably the biggest story we're not talking enough about.
Do you know? Okay, I'm going to give you my opinion of why he flipped. This is complete. By the way, this is completely unscripted. Zach has no idea what I'm about to say, and I don't know what Zach's opinion is either. We actually haven't had this conversation, Zach, as far as why he flipped. Here's why I think he flipped, because that was a famous interview he gave where he was basically said Bitcoin and crypto is a scam and all this other stuff. I mean, he said a lot of things, right?
Yep.
But the reason I think that Larry flipped, if you want my opinion, it is simply about money. It is simply about profit opportunity. If you look at crypto right now, it's a $1 trillion market capitalization. 60+% of it, more than 40+% of it is Bitcoin alone.
Yep.
They looked at that market. Somebody in his organization, said, hold on a minute. Let's look at this. Right. And I'm very oversimplifying. Right. But at the end of the day, they went, there is so much opportunity here. Crypto will be huge. We all want to be a massive part of it. Period. End of story. That's all I got. What do you got? Go.
Yeah. I mean, and they have, put it this way too. I agree with everything you said. They have more to lose than anybody else too. So like people want to think like, oh, well, crypto is so risky. Do you know how much BlackRock has to lose? Like the fact that they want to get in here shows you how like that narrative is really not that true, especially when you're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say was why you said, and I know why you said it, because it is a narrative around crypto.
Right.
To me, Zach, crypto is not risky. To me, if you look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you look at the big guys, Chainlink, XRP, whatever, right? As long as it's not a token that launched 5 minutes ago, Shiba Inu, it is not risky. It is volatile. And if
super volatile. Yeah.
And you know, it moves more than stocks do. But that's what's interesting, I think, of the narrative, right? Is it's not risky. But there's still the perception of it being risky. And I think that's the drum that you see the Gary Genslers and like, again, I know you did. I know you've been watching it. Like Gary Gensler's calling everybody in crypto, and I'm quoting, a huckster. That's like a 1920s word. I'm like, I had to look that shit up. You know, a huckster.
What's crazy about all of this is Gary Gensler is not as dumb as he sounds.
He is not.
When it comes to blockchain.
He's a mouthpiece.
A mouthpiece. And we've talked about this before on live streams and videos. Go to YouTube. Actually, we'll do it right now.
You pull it up.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
I'll prove to you that Gary Gensler is just a puppet because he knows about blockchain. He knows about
to work for
crypto.
Binance. He applied to work for Binance.
It's just who's in power right now and who's moving the chess pieces right now. That's all it is, guys. And I mean, you know, think about this. Everybody, you know what the people who really don't want crypto want? They want everybody pointing the finger at Gary Gensler. And what's everybody doing? Fire Gary. We hate Gary.
Because we got one guy to hate.
And the people who you should really hate, we don't even know who they are, guys. They're way in the back. Okay. We don't even know who they are. They're way in the back, and they're pushing Gary up to the front of the stage. Get out there, dude. Get out there in front of all the freaking sharks, right? All
right. But now there's a question.
To the sharks. That's all it is.
Okay, I agree with everything you just said. You know I do. But here's the question. Do they, the people back in there, right? The people that are back behind Gary, et cetera, do they want to kill crypto? The answer is no. They want to slow it down for various reasons. But at the end of the day, if you want, in my opinion, to over very simplify it, they want to build out and pad their proverbial bags, period. And I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars here. What do you think? You think I'm wrong? What do you think?
No, I definitely think there's some of that. And I think there's, and one's not right and the other's not wrong. I think there's that side of it. And there's also the side of like just resisting change altogether. Like we made all our wealth through the financial system, the traditional banking system. This is how we did it through the stock market, manipulating this. I mean, look at the freaking portfolio of what's her name? Nancy Pelosi.
Okay, hold on. We got to stop there.
Look what she gets paid a year, and then look at her net worth.
Say the numbers.
I don't know the numbers, but
I can tell you
that's how they're making the money.
She makes less than $200,000. Actually, somebody called me out on it. I think it's 230,000, but it's 200. She makes 200 grand a year, and she's worth in her portfolio over $200 million off of stock trades. You can't tell me there's not some bullshit going on there.
That's why she doesn't want crypto to be here, because she doesn't know if she can manipulate that and turn and become the best crypto trader ever. Yeah. She's the best stock trader ever. She doesn't know if she could become the best crypto trader ever.
She's not the best stock trader ever.
I know. I'm playing into the narrative. But I mean, on paper, she is, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's not manipulating it. Her husband, I mean, he's just unbelievable. He sits at home.
He's unbelievable. He's so smart.
Trade after trade that just, oh my gosh, how did you do that?
He's smarter than the biggest mutual fund companies in the world. And they're it's like, come on.
I've got the Gary Gensler stuff pulled up here too.
Okay.
So if you guys get time later, seriously, I'm telling you guys, go, and they're actually really informative and educational, and you'll know right away. Gary Gensler knows about crypto, knows about blockchain. These are 3-4 years ago. Introduction, Blockchain and Money, fall of 2018. This is him speaking to students at MIT. MIT Sloan Finance Beyond Crisis, FinTech Beyond Crisis, Gary Gensler. Money, Ledgers, and Bitcoin 3 years ago. 1.7 million views. Blockchain Basics and Cryptography 3 years ago. Blockchain Basics and Consensus. Blockchain Basics and Transactions. Financial System Challenges and Opportunities. If this doesn't prove our point, I don't know what does. Permission systems. I mean, this is like a whole course you can take, guys. I mean, secondary markets and crypto exchanges. Professor Gensler talks about crypto exchanges. I mean, this is 3 years ago. New SEC chair's commentary on Ripple XRP being a bridge currency in 2018. Like, and then 5 years later, different people in power.
Yep.
Different people to appease.
Yep.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yep.
So, I mean, and listen, I've said this in videos and people like freak out at me. I've said like, I'm not a like fire Gary Gensler. He's the worst thing ever. Listen, it's not him. It's not him.
No,
it's not him.
He's the face.
He's the face. It's not him. But I get it. I get why everybody's doing it. But
the world is not that simple. The world is not that simple.
No,
it's not one man. It's not, I'm sorry if we're breaking your bubble and bursting your bubble about how it is. It's just not that simple.
Yeah. If you think Gary Gensler is the only thing holding back the crypto industry, it's probably the exact opposite. It's probably not him at all. I mean, meanwhile, though, Bitcoin's crushing it. It's up over 27K. Look at that.
Woohoo!
Up 3+% today. Love it.
All right. Okay, drop in the comments. What do you guys think about what we just said about Gary Gensler? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Drop in the comments. We want to hear y'all's opinion. Y'all. God, that was Southern. Y'all.
Y'all. You know about yins? They say that in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. No, I've never heard that before.
You never heard that? Oh, what are yins doing tonight? What are yins doing? You never heard that? Yins?
Oh, yins?
That's a
Yins?
Yeah. No. It's a Pennsyltucky kind of thing.
Pennsyltucky. I've never heard that. Oh, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all, you know, and I have to leave here and go drive my truck later because it's required by law for me to have a truck, move a truck, drive a truck.
In Texas.
In Texas. Got to.
What's Bone doing today?
I got no idea what Bone's doing. Oh, there's so many jokes. So many jokes.
Oh, what's the Bone doing? Guys, smash the like button too. I know I'm Austin, so I'm looking. You got 180 people. I've got 90 people. We got to flip the script, guys. We got to get way more people than 90 on my channel here.
No.
But we got to catch up to Austin. So if you're on my stream right now, smash the like button. Tell your friends, tell your sons, tell your daughters, tell your best friend's dog groomer to get in here in the room right now and smash the like button.
No.
Come on. So Bone,
aren't you leaving
actually
tomorrow? Hey, aren't you going to play golf tomorrow? Aren't you getting out of there?
No, I'm gonna go Saturday now. I didn't want to go both days. But yeah, I'm gonna go Saturday. Bone's actually dialing back. It's kind of weird coming down in this market a little bit. It's 85 cents, down 4%.
Show it to me. Show me. Oh, here we go. Show the bone. Oh, I know. I said it. There it is.
Show the bone. All right, hold on.
Show the bone.
Oh wait, let me bring it on this screen over here. Okay, so that's leash. Bone sitting here down 4%, which is kind of interesting. It's going against the market right now.
Buy it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's nice run up, sell, right?
Yep, some profit taken there. Makes sense. What else is some of the top gainers right now? We got Bitcoin up 3.
Chainlink was the one that was crushing it.
It was. ApeCoin's up a little bit. Arbitrum.
You still own any of your ApeCoin? I know you bought some back in the day. You did well on that one, didn't you?
I was pretty much swing trading it. Yeah, I got it totally out. But I made like 3 trades ahead of the metaverse, the other side metaverse.
Yep.
That was a good time to trade it. But yeah, Chainlink still crushing it, guys. Still crushing it, especially over like the last month. You can really see what it's done. Look at that. Nice. Came down from 579. That was like not that long ago.
Yep.
September 11th. It was under $6. Now it's almost 8.
All right. So
you want to talk about BitBoy a little bit?
That's what I was just about to say.
Okay.
I'll let you go. Go ahead.
No, I mean, you go ahead. You go ahead. I want you to start.
You want me to start? Well, you did the video this morning, didn't you?
I did.
So here's what I'm going to start off and say. I'm going to say BitBoy in his channel is part of the reason I'm sitting here. Is when I started in YouTube back in 2021, I was looking around at what could I do, and I was like, where can I add value? And I found their channel, and I immediately liked what they were doing, what BitBoy and all. I mean, and he was, and that broadcast, that the videos and everything, and I looked at that and went, outside of the professional studio, thing, which obviously I didn't have at the time. I'm like, I could do that. And it was BitBoy, Ben Armstrong, that quite frankly gave me the confidence to say, you know what, I could do this. And so I will start by saying that. And I will start by saying that he was, and I still believe he can be again, right? I think that he was the holy grail, if you will, or and on one side of it, you've got the Coin Bureau, and which he's awesome, guy from the Coin Bureau, and BitBoy and Ben was a completely different style, right? And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to match, and I didn't want to create the type of content that the Coin Bureau had, and because their stuff's amazing, but it's highly edited, and I wanted to make more of the type of content that Ben was making. And so I watched a lot of their content, and you're talking about a guy who knows his stuff when it comes to crypto and blockchain technology. The guy is whip smart and just knows what he knows. Now, with that said, I mean, has he made probably some bad choices along the way and things that he's done and all that? Possibly. I'm not going to go down to every single one of his things. But at the end of the day, I still care about the guy. He doesn't know me. I've never talked to Ben. I've never had any interaction with him, but he gave me my start in a way. He was my inspiration, right? Him and Stock Mo on the stock side. If y'all ever go watch some Stock Mo stuff, he's good too.
He's live right now too, by the way.
Stock Mo. Yeah. I love Mo. Mo's good. He's an old high school teacher. I mean, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool as shit to me. And to your point, Zach, I'll shut up in a minute, let you talk, but Ben's background, where he came from and how he pulled himself out of nothing and all those things is awesome. With that said, I am saddened for him to see what he is going through. And I hope that Ben truly gets help. And I truly want for him to get help. And I truly want better for him, because here's what it is. He's a human being, right? He is a person. He has kids. He has a wife. Has he made some bad choices? Hell yeah. But I hope that he gets help, and I hope he gets better, because I think he's good for crypto. I think he is good for crypto. And I think, look at what he did with SBF and FTX and going on the plane and doing all that. And I mean, I think he's good for crypto, and he's a lightning bolt. And I think that can be good. And I mean, I think in one way or the other, he brings attention to crypto, and it's sad that where we're at right now. And I hope the man gets some help, because I want him to be back, and I want him to be better I want him to be bigger than he was before. I want him back into crypto. That's all I got.
Yeah. So. No, that's really well said. I mean, and I agree. And I think, the thing with BitBoy that I think, somewhere it went awry is his ego kind of got the best of him. And it happens to all of us. And that's what I mentioned in the video. I mean, it's kind of the nature of the beast. When you become as big as he was, one of the premier guys in the space, right? It's difficult. It's really hard to handle all of that. He had a lot of people with him at Hit Network too. There's a lot of personalities. That's the other thing.
Yep.
He wasn't by himself over there. We don't know the real stories. I'm not going to go into the details, what happened, what didn't happen. That's for the courts to figure out or whatever, right? But to your point, he's a human, and I think I always look to find the good in people, and there's a lot of good still, I think, in BitBoy and what he tries to do and where he comes from and his personal story, how he's shed light on that, the rags to riches, the American story. I mean, he's got the American story. Go from nothing and be something. And I just hope, like to your point, he can pick himself back up off the canvas again one more time and come back and be ready for this next bull run and be a positive force that I know he could be in our industry.
I think he can. I mean, ironically, I consider myself to be a strong person. I think you would consider yourself to be a strong person, but what he is what he has gone through and now going through, and if he can make it back, which I think what I know about Ben, and he's not a friend. I've never talked to the man. I've never personally had any interaction with him. I know people that know him, and they've all told me good things about him on a personal level, kind of just one-on-one. But I think what I believe at the end of the day is I believe that if there's somebody who can bring themselves back from this low point that he is at, he is absolutely a man who can do it. I just really want him to, and you can't do this job every day, day in and day out for years and be perfect all the time. Right. So there's like this right here. Like AB, thanks for the comment. Did he scam his followers with the whole XRP address BS? So AB, I don't know, but
like
I'm going to focus in on
donations or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to focus in on the word scam because here's what I'm going to do, Zach. I'm going to bring this back to you and I. Here's what we're going to give you guys a little bit of insight sitting on this side of it. And I'll go first, Zach, is that I've been accused of scamming people. Zach has been accused of scamming people. I've been accused of things that I haven't done, but I've been accused of it. And I don't know what Ben has or hasn't done. I don't know, but I will tell you, when you're a public figure sitting in this seat, you're an easy target. And usually there's always somebody taking a shot at you, right or wrong. There is, right? This is a hard job, guys. It's not as easy. It's not just like I just make videos and that's it. And my life's perfect. There are good days and there are bad days. This is a job, right?
Yep.
And I think for him to be doing it as long as he's been doing it, I applaud him for that. Right. And I just want the man to right his proverbial ship. And I hope that he comes back. That's all I got. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty much it on the BitBoy front. I don't want to go deep in the weeds on stuff where we're speculating and stuff because it's just like,
we don't know. It's not our business.
Yeah. We don't know. I mean, but the moral of the story is I think we can talk about what he means for crypto. And there's a lot of great things he brings, and we want him to bring those things back. And, when you're mentally unstable, which it looks as if he is or was a little bit, you do irrational things, right? Like, we're human beings. We all make mistakes all the time. Like, and all of us are fighting with different things. We don't ever know the full story of what's really going on behind the curtain too, and that's, in his case, it's at home. It's at Hit Network and different personalities. There's a lot of different personalities and egos there, as well. And you're constantly fighting with that. And listen, I mean, no matter what happens, I hope he gets the help he needs now, first and foremost. Yeah. I mentioned this in the video. I think he really should take a long step back and away from crypto.
Yep.
He's okay to do that. And really go find yourself, I don't, sometimes you need to do that. Like, everybody has midlife crises and whatever, multiple moments in time where you got to just take a step back and really go back to the drawing board and find out, what your next move is going to be. Right.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, right? We've all got our baggage. We've all got our stuff. I've got mine. You got yours. We've all got ours. And it's how we deal with it. And it's how we process it and how we live with it, how we evolve or not. Right. Yeah. It's funny. Some people have said, would crypto be better without Ben involved? And my answer is no. And because here's the thing, I guarantee you there's people out there that says crypto would be better without me in it. And you too, Zach. There's always going to be that group of peoples, and that's fine. They're entitled to that opinion. I'm not saying that they're not, but if you want my opinion about being a content creator and about the type of content that Ben has put out, either in his, in whatever iteration it is that the man is there every day. He showed up, he created content. And I believe at the end of the day, he did want crypto to be better. And he felt like he was fighting for it. And he felt like he was trying to move it forward. If he made some missteps along the way, we've all made missteps, not minimizing them. I'm just saying he's human. And I hope he makes it back. That's what I hope. That's what I got. So
I think so too, man. I think,
yeah, Chris, and then Austin retired. No, if I retire, then all I'm going to be doing is just taking naps every day. You know, well, I already do that. Oh, I beat you to it, Angela. So see, she already said it. Naps, maybe. There you go. So, all right.
Naps, maybe.
All right. So that's all I got for that. So, yeah. So you guys drop in the comments. What's your thoughts? We'd love to hear from you. And we're coming up on what, about 35, 40 minutes. I think we said we'd go live for 45 minutes or so. The overall, Zach, I'm going to let you drive the bus. Where we at as far as like the market? It was up dramatically, about it's like 2.9% up a minute ago.
Yeah, it's continuing up a little bit. We've got Bitcoin right now bouncing back off of 27,000 and heading back up a little bit. Here, let's pull up Trading View a little bit and get a little closer look into what's happening here.
The Trading View.
Trading View. Okay, so this is the that's Shibina chart. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like Bitcoin. Okay, let's see.
That's the SHIB chart. Well, they all do kind of look a little similar, you know.
Yeah, true. This is the Bitcoin chart here. Let's go into it a little deeper here. 1 hour. All right, there we go.
Look at that. Those candles. That's nice.
Yeah. Nice little 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 4 hours have been really solid. And look at this. XT Algo flash momentum up around 26,800, and we're still going up. So that's nice. But yeah, we're back up maybe into this 27.4, 27.5 range, which we were here, looks like about 10 days ago. And if we can capture that, then who knows? Our next stop could be even a little bit higher, even passing 28,000, which we were, there in late August. So why do you think we're pumping right now? What do you think the reason behind this is? Is it on the heels of yesterday with the SEC and Gary Gensler and Congress?
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Gensler grilling on Congress has anything to do with it. I think it's the approval, the potential, this sounds weird, right? So there's two scenarios because of the possible shutdown of the government. And oh, by the way, the SEC's part of that. They may have 90% of their staff may be by because of no money to pay for them for the short term or whatever it may be, that they may actually push up the approval of the Ethereum ETFs, period. Yes. That's it. That's it.
You're right.
Which is completely contradictory, right? That's why we're moving up.
Well, on that front though, too, so all this news today about the Ethereum ETF, it looks as if like that could be approved before a Bitcoin ETF. I mean, how crazy would that be?
But there, and I don't know where, but back in the day, right? The SEC made it very, 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 very apparent that they were way more inclined to approve and let an Ethereum ETF move forward than Bitcoin, period.
Why is that though?
I can't tell you that. I don't know. There shouldn't be any difference, but you
would think it'd be the opposite. Given like what's a security, what's not. They've always said Bitcoin's a commodity. Well, I mean,
no,
sooner than they've said Ethereum's a commodity.
They have zero problem with an Ethereum ETF at the end of that. Really what it comes down to. And maybe, it's weird. Maybe it's because it's Ethereum and most people outside of crypto don't know what the hell Ethereum is. They know everybody and their dog knows what Bitcoin is. Maybe it's that. I don't know. It could be a branding thing. It makes absolutely no sense. And by the way, drop in the comments if you guys know, why would the SEC be more inclined to approve an Ethereum ETF versus a Bitcoin ETF? I'm the first to ask because that makes me scratch my head a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to kind of dig into that maybe and see if there's something out there because I don't know either. Like
I'm not making that up. That is a thing. I remember that a couple of months ago or whatever it was. It was that they will approve an Ethereum ETF and it will be live before a Bitcoin ETF will be live, period. Can't pull that. You can't make this shit up. I'm not making it up.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I wanted to look at some of these.
Well, here we go. Roberto says, Roberto, thank you. It's because Bitcoin is prone to hacks and theft. I mean, well, you could say you're talking about the actual Bitcoin blockchain. I mean, no, I mean, okay. I mean,
Yeah. Let's see. ETF be approved.
Thank you, Roberto, for your input. Thank you. I'm not minimizing what you had to say there. I mean, as far as thefts and hacks, I mean, Ethereum was hacked massively back. What was that long? When was that? So it gave us Ethereum Classic, right? We have the chain.
Well, here I found something. Let's see what the heck this is. What the hell happened? Where'd it go?
Where'd it go? You lost it.
I had it. There it goes. Okay. With all eyes on the spot Bitcoin ETF approval, don't sleep on ETH. So it says here, they're rejecting converting the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Okay. All right, wait a minute. Let's see here. So with everyone penciling in a Bitcoin ETF is a matter of when and not if. Bullish investors should just buy GBTC and wait for the final approval, right? The theory goes. Okay, so what? Okay, perhaps the bigger opportunity could be Grayscale's Ethereum Trust. My view is if a U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved, there should be little argument for holding up a spot Ether. Okay, so that doesn't really help us. All right. They don't really tell us why. Sorry. I thought that title made me think that they were going to say why.
No, it's an interesting scenario. And so Roberto gave us an opinion. Boca, see if you can find something out. Angela, see if there's anything out there. Like, why are they what? Oh, did you find it?
Here's a little nugget. ETH markets are less liquid than Bitcoin. So the incremental buying from an ETF could have a more material impact on the price. And in my view, ETH has better upside as the leading platform for Web3 development. Future ETFs have badly underperformed spot markets. Spot ETFs don't have this problem. They're a safe, sensible solution for investors. And like many, I expect they'll be approved. Just don't take your eye off ETH. Wait a minute. What if it's because they can make more money on Ethereum than Bitcoin?
Are we talking about the people in the back of the room again?
Yes. Right? I mean, it all comes down to that anyway.
Yeah. Since we're doing the whole conspiracy thing today, that's the theme.
Is it really a conspiracy? Like, we know that's what makes the world go
round. Hell yeah,
like, it is. All about freaking money. Like, is that a conspiracy theory, or is that just like being a realist? Like,
it is,
especially in the United States, it's all about dollar signs. So, like,
oh man, it's funny.
Fundamentally, if the reason, like, if they're going to do an ETF for Ethereum first, they must know they can make more money on that than Bitcoin ETF. Right.
So maybe that was the point. They wanted everybody focused. Oh, here we go. Right, Zach? I love air quotes.
Now you're going.
Wanted everybody focused on the Bitcoin ETF and like, oh, that's what everybody focused on. And then we slide the Ethereum ETF and we own way more. And this is, the pools, the blah, blah, blah. The more money can be made here. There it is.
AB Coons said it right there. They can buy up more of the supply.
Who said this? Oh, AB. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, they can have more of the supply.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. That's probably it.
Yeah. AB, you win the prize today. Here's your $1, right? I'm probably sure making you laugh there. So that's great. AB's always around, man. He's always hanging around. That's cool. Thanks for giving us your opinion, AB. That's cool. Dude. Everybody was focused on Bitcoin ETF, and here we're just going to slide this in, and we're going to use the government shutdown as here we go. Boop, boop, boop,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. There are some altcoins moving too. Some of the low caps here. So got about BitRock. They're a layer 2. I've been working with them for a little while. They're solid, man. Really cool team. So shout out to them. Shout out to BitRock. They're up 25% today. Pal AI, I've been tracking them for a little while. I know you guys have probably heard of this one. That's up a little bit today, 22%. Bad Idea AI, part of the SHIB ecosystem, back up 21% today. DPay, shout out to Devour. Devour up 16.5% today. So that's a nice little reversal there on the Devour chart.
I own quite a bit of DPay. I like that. I love them. Their stuff's awesome.
Suka, another one that we own. This is up 10% today. Suka was on the what do they call that show? The Next Crypto Gem. I think Wagme was on there too. Shout out to Wagme. Hoshi is another token within the Suka ecosystem now. That one's up as well, up about 11%. Preem, our buddy Jonathan, there with Preem. That's been slowly climbing up as well. So shout out to Preem. They're up 7%. And then that's about it for some top gainers right now. But it's good to see some of the small cap altcoins moving up too.
It's good. It's good. Go back over to the trading view. Look at Bitcoin. So
this is the 1 day. You want to go in or out?
Yeah, go to like the 2 hours or something. Ouch.
2
I
hour.
haven't figured out how to sit in this chair. It's kind of pissing me off.
What, you got a gaming chair over there?
No, it's an office chair, but it's just, you know, I don't know. It's a whole thing. So okay. So yeah, so give a little quick plug there. That's our software. By the way, we co-created it together. His is XT algo, mine's X1 algo, mine's better.
No. Well, I have a Twitter account for mine.
I
Austin
do not.
doesn't. So come
Angela, make me a Twitter account. Angela, make me a Twitter account.
Come follow XT at XT Algo over on X. But yeah, no, this has been it's been awesome, man. It's been fun watching this work. I got a couple of emails yesterday. One from a guy who got about 13% returns on Chainlink recently because it's been moving up. So he was pumped about that. He's been loving it, and he's a brand new trader, beginner. I actually got him to write me a referral. I got to add it to the website, and cool. He gave me his headshot and all that. So that was really cool. And I've heard from a few people like that. So the software works, man. That's the cool thing. It works for crypto. It works for stocks. If you take it serious, this thing works.
I talked to a lady yesterday, and Angela talked to her as well. Her name is Nancy, and she's on the, I think she's on the LPGA. And well, I don't know if she's on the tour. Anyway, my point was she's an LPGA pro, right? Wow. And she was doing it to trade Forex. And we were talking, and I actually called her because she gave her number, and I called her, and she was making me laugh. And I'm like, you might as well be speaking Greek to me. She's talking about pips and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, is it working good for you? She's like, yeah. She said, it's one of my points of confirmation, right? She's got another piece of software she uses. She uses our indicator to give her another because she's doing her day trading in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's awesome as shit. I said, I couldn't do it. God love you. I said, I'm a long-term hold. And then I do swing trades, things like that. So it's been cool. I mean, you and I, we've created a Discord as well for it. So we're about to launch that publicly for people who have bought it. So there's links in the description below if you're watching this on my channel as well as for Zach's. There's a discount code down there. It's a 30-day money back guarantee, guys. There's a refund.
Lifetime
there's no reason.
Too. Yeah. Lifetime discount.
There's no reason you shouldn't at least try it because it costs $1.23. You came up with that number because after the discount, it's $1.23 a day. That's less than it. What does a cup of Starbucks cost? Somebody drop in the comments below. I don't go to Starbucks. Is it just a black cup of coffee at Starbucks?
Probably $4.
$3, $4?
Something like that.
That's my challenge to people. It's like $3 or $4 to go buy a cup of Starbucks coffee or $1.23 to take this for a test drive and see if you can make, to your point, guy made the other day 13% return with Chainlink in arguably a really, really shitty market. You know, oh, you go. Crypto. Angela says Tim Hortons is like $2.50. There you go. Cup of coffee at Tim Hortons is $2.50. Yeah. I mean, whatever analogy you want. I mean, bottled water at freaking convenience store is $1.85 or something, depending on what brand you're buying. Come on.
No, it's crazy. I mean, and you know, to your point, it can be used for crypto stocks. It's been awesome on Tesla this year. It's been awesome on Bitcoin this year. It's been great on some altcoins as well. So, guys, give it a try. Take it serious. Give it a try. And here's the thing. You make one successful trade once a month, it's going to pay for itself, right? Yep. I mean, so check it out. Links down below. We think you guys will love it. Make sure you guys do XT instead of X1, though.
No. Buy it from me. Buy it from me. I have 2 yappy dogs I got to pay for. This man is total nomad. He's living the dream. No. I got more infrastructure. Buy it from me.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Guys,
I got a mortgage. I got a kid. Whoa, poor me, right?
Yeah. Austin lives in the beautiful suburbs, drives a beautiful truck, beautiful neighborhood, lives next to the Dallas Cowboys football players. I'm over here in, Timbuktu, Ohio right now. Like, come on, not even close.
You're in a closet. That's your office.
Yeah, exactly. Who do you think's killing it over here, guys? So, all right.
You got to invest in success. Invest in me.
Foxy wants us to shout her out for sure. Let's.
No, we can't look at Foxy's channel. Yeah. All right, you guys. Everybody who's here needs to go subscribe to Angela's channel. Pull that up.
Oh, why didn't it come up? What did I do wrong?
Crypto. Angela, drop a link. Angela, drop a link.
There it is. I found it. It was just one word. Okay, there we go.
How many subs is she at? 143.
143.
We got to get her to 200. Everybody that's here, there it is. So Angela, Crypto Foxy just dropped a link. Zach's doing it as well. Everybody hit that link and go hit subscribe to Angela's. Zach, you better be subscribed.
I am.
He is.
Look at that. That would have been funny.
Sorry.
But I am. That would have been an Austin move. Oops. Yeah, let me just click that button. Nobody saw that, right? Nobody saw that.
Yeah. Everybody go subscribe to Angela's channel. She's amazing. We're helping her. Hit that refresh. What's she at right now? See, she's got to have got some. Come on.
There
we go. She got one. Come on, guys. Please, guys, go hit the link in the comments and go subscribe to Angela's channel.
So AB said, challenge question: which one has had the biggest ever trade? Between anybody or just us?
No, you and I. That's a good question.
Who's had a better trade?
Here's the interesting thing. Like so I mean, what came to mind immediately was you killed it with Pepe. I missed Pepe. And then I killed it with Bob, and you didn't. You did well with Bob, but I made more money on Bob than you. I'm trying to think of stuff like that. Usually, Zach and I do similar trades. So I'm thinking out loud.
We're usually like talking amongst each other to kind of validate, do you think this is a good move? Is this, yeah. So, I mean, we're usually in the same stuff. When we take profits, sometimes it's a little bit different, I guess.
Yep. Well, Zach made more profits off of me than Apollo back in the day. I still hold a bunch of Apollo, but Zach did really well with some profit taking on Apollo. That was years ago, though.
And I still hold a bunch.
We both still hold a bunch of Apollo. Still believe in them. They're doing some great things.
They're getting into gaming,
dude. Well, that's who they are, right? I love Apollo. The guys running that know their shit. They're doing some good stuff. I'm thinking out loud here, guys. This is us. This is me thinking. Yeah.
I mean, Doge. What did you do with Doge?
I mean, I sold it, made some money, but nothing really massive. I mean, we both have made good money on SHIB over the years. Trading SHIB. We both still hold good long-term bags. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. I think it kind of, you'll win on one, I'll win on the other. You'll go off the reservation and do one and you'll lose, and then I'll go do one and it'll lose. Like the little ones that just kind of come out and then they're rug pulls or something. By the way, that's a good point, guys. I mean, full disclosure, right? And leave Angela's channel, refresh that, see where we're at on that, see what she's got. She's got to be north of 150. Come on, we got to get her some more subs. Give Angela some more subs, guys. Hit those links. I think you still, if you want, let's wrap it up with this, Zach. I mean, let's talk about kind of like investing philosophies, right? I mean, you and I have long-term bags we don't touch. And then we have a little side bag that, of cash where we will buy and sell, volatile stuff. We don't talk about it on our channel a lot, because things are boring right now, but every now and then it's fun to kind of get involved with the Bobs or the Pepes. And I'm not taking anything away from those projects. What's your 2 cents on that? But we go into it with like, if we lose it, we lose it,
I think, yeah. I mean, risk is okay, but like mitigate, your risk a little bit, take calculated risks. Like we're not going all in on Pepe, guys. We're not going all in on anything. I'm
not all in on Bitcoin.
No. I mean, we have stocks, crypto. I mean, I want a nice balanced portfolio. I mean, throughout the board, and I want to have a little bit of money on the sidelines to gamble a little bit on when we do have a meme coin rally like we had back in May.
There you go. Thoughts on Saitama? It's pumping hard. Honestly, full disclosure, I sold a long time ago. Is it pumping? That's cool. All right. I mean, for those Saitama holders who are still there, I want the best for them. I truly do. Right. I'd love to see it. Yeah. Look at that. It's going up. Good.
That's good stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's up about 19% today.
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
$40 million market cap.
I want every project to do well. That's who I am. I'm that guy. I want I
want
want
everybody making money too. I'm with you, man. I mean, I love it. I love seeing other people win. I love that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Don't need the tribalism stuff. And I know you and I've talked about it a million times. We don't need all that.
No,
I can own Floki and I can own Shiba Inu and it's okay.
Right. It's crazy, man. I mean,
so Foxy says that I've heard the devs are walking away from Saitama. I have not heard that. So that's
interesting.
Okay.
There was so much potential there. So, I mean, maybe somebody comes in there and actually does what they set out to do and wanted to do. Because remember back in the day, the talks of the educational platform, talks of really creating a whole economy, basically, and having every tool and resource right there. We still need something like that. SHIB's trying to do that right now, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actively getting there. I'm sure you saw the news today with the Shibarium IDs coming.
Yep.
But if somebody were to resurrect Saitama, I would love it, because there's still a big community there. There's still a lot. So
they're saying that top dev Manny K took over Saitama. Interesting. Okay. Devs are stepping back to support roles. Yeah, Manny is top dog now. Yeah. So that's interesting. Cool. I mean, every project, like Saitama, Floki, and I'm not comparing it, I'm not comparing, contrasting. They've all got their communities, and I think that's what really, really is awesome. That's why I love that you and I are so hardcore into the community meme token space. And I think it's because it's a great space to be in, so.
I agree. I mean, it's a sector that you can't ignore when it's a $15 billion market cap. It's a sector that you can't ignore when you see two projects that started from nothing that are now top 20 cryptos.
Yeah.
So that potential is there. I mean, that's just, the proof is in the pudding there with Doge and SHIB.
It's a sector that's never going to go away. It'll evolve. It'll you see that evolution, right? You see it, Dogecoin is the anomaly. Its utility is, and I'm not taking anything away from Doge. I own it. I like Doge. No slamming me. Okay. But I mean, let's call it what it is. There's no active development, but the utility is Elon. And I think something will ultimately happen there. Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
You know what I thought? I know. Yeah. You know what I was thinking? You and I both just did a promo video for Meme Combat, and we'll see what happens, right? It's a meme coin. You never know. But the idea, and I mentioned this in the video, the idea, if this one doesn't work out great, which I hope it does, but the idea is brilliant. Creating a strong community coin and then getting into gaming.
Sure. Absolutely.
Like, that's just like, to me, it's a great idea. Like, if you're a meme coin, and you go from nothing to having this multi-billion-dollar, I mean, for Pepe's sake. Pepe came from nowhere in a bear market, went to a $1.7 billion market cap.
Right.
If they wanted to have staying power, what's the path of least resistance in order to add utility and have staying power in crypto right now? You can make the argument it's gaming.
Okay, we'll finish that thought. How does that play out? You're talking about then Pepe needs to go develop a gaming platform, or what? What are you saying?
Yes. I mean, if Pepe wanted to be taken seriously, if they wanted to make that transition that SHIB's in the midst of doing, right? From going from meme coin to real utility-based crypto, we're here to stay. Because they're not there yet, right? Right now, Pepe is still, what do they do? Nothing. Right?
Okay.
If they wanted to take that next step, one of the ways they could do so, I think that would be a smart way, is to get into gaming.
I agree, but I guess the question I have in my brain is,
I'm not saying that's the only way. I'm just saying more meme coins could think about that. Think about the meme coins that have come up out of nowhere, like the Flokis, I don't know. It feels as if they're all trying to do like their version of, here's our credit card, here's our DEX, here's our this, here's our that, but nobody really cares.
I hear you. So I'm following you down this path. So like, look at Shiba Inu, right? We came out with SHIB Eternity, arguably a very good game.
And I think SHIB should, I think SHIB should continue down that road, by the way. I don't think they should stop right there. I think they should hammer gaming. go into it big time.
Well, I think that's going to become more and more prevalent with metaverse. But if you look at, and we don't know what the cost was, I'm going to assume it's north of $1 million to develop that game. I mean, just hard cash out the door. My point to you is that if you look at SHIB, arguably the biggest active development community token, launched SHIB Eternity, and then SHIB Eternity is a good game. I'm not taking anything away from that game, but from a rallying of the community standpoint, really hasn't been a factor. So I'm saying that in the context of, like, in your vision of this, a community meme token go down that gaming path, is that different? And before I let you answer, I'm going to talk about Meme Combat. So, by the way, this is not a sponsored video by Meme Combat, right? Meme Combat, what they came out with was what I thought was cool about what they do was their whole platform and tech is based around the different meme characters fighting each other. So because that to me is a way, what I thought was cool about that project was that it would have the different community members coming in and supporting their different, SHIB's going to fight Doge in this week's, Meme Combat battle.
And you could bet on these.
Sure. So I'm giving you that platform, Zach, to say, okay, with all that said, if I'm a project out there like a Floki or a whatever, Saitama, newly developed Saitama, what should they do in the gaming arena? Because I don't think it's a SHIB Eternity, right?
Correct. I don't think it's one game.
What is that gaming? What is it? What are we talking about here?
Ecosystem.
Okay.
Become a Gala Games type player. And Gala's had a lot of question marks. We're going to see what happens. It sucks. I don't know if you saw what was going on with all that, but the
infighting and all
the founder and the co-founder, I mean, they're suing each other over like 130 million. It's a mess. And I still hold Gala. I still think Gala can survive because, I mean, they still have 13 games in development. They still acquired $100 million mobile gaming studio, all this stuff. But it couldn't hurt in the marketplace to have more Gala game type businesses out there in crypto. Building an infrastructure for gaming, building multiple games, both in mobile and in PC. So again, if you're a freaking meme coin that got lucky enough to gain tons and tons of market cap, and now you're like, oh shit, what do we do to have staying power? I think that's one path that you could go down that's really fruitful, that's, different in a way. I mean, because what do people do usually? They make their own decks, they make their own, NFT line. It's like, okay, all that's cool, but like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing that's going to work? And I think one of the next sectors that's set to really go crazy is gaming.
I think the answer is, I think you're onto something, and I agree with you. I think, because when you start looking at development, when you start looking at a project and say, okay, we're gonna develop this ecosystem, this gaming platform, or whatever it is, that's obviously that's a lot of technical skill, that's human skill, that's money that has to be spent to develop that tech. It's time, and maybe there's a way to leverage that somebody else's technology to white label it, to brand it for your community, things of that. Because I do agree that, here's what I agree with. I agree that the current iteration of I'm a new project and I've just hit and I'm gonna launch my own DEX, nobody cares anymore. That's been done to death. And we don't need another DEX. We don't need yet another one. Because we all, by the way, use the same ones we use over and over again. Let's call it what it is.
Exactly.
And I think it is a version of a community gaming experience that will bring good community rallying together camaraderie. I lost my train of thought, but you get the point.
I got you.
So but what that looks like is really interesting because, it's not easy. It's money, it's tech, it's people to develop and create. And look at SHIB. They had all the money and I'm not saying SHIB Eternity was a miss. That's not my point. I think it's a good game, but I would also say it really wasn't built to do what you're talking about, to be kind of it was a standalone. I'm on my iPhone. I'm at the airport. I'm bored as shit. I'm going to play this game. Right.
Right.
But what you're saying is kind of a communal gaming scenario, right? That draws the community in as a utility. I love that shit.
Yes,
right?
like Gala's doing, and
Like
Foxy just said it there. They're building a community through this platform. They're implementing a social media type platform for gamers. Yeah, and to Shaka's point there too, not just gaming, but AAA games that are actually attractive and fun. Agreed. You know, you had the Axie Infinities of the world in this last bull cycle, right? You made some money on that, didn't you? You were in.
I made some money on the crypto, but I tried to play the game one time. Oh no, I mean,
it sucked.
And
that's to Shaka's point. That game succeeded for one reason only: is people made money.
Yeah,
you guys read the articles. I mean, we talked about it multiple times. People in the Philippines were quitting their job to play Axie Infinity. They were making more money playing Axie Infinity than working a regular 9-to-5 in the Philippines.
Yeah,
that can only last so long,
right?
But if you focus on the game first, build great games, and now it's just a blockchain game, and now, oh yeah, you're part of this huge ecosystem, this community. When you play this game, you might not like this game, but this game over here is still in the same ecosystem. You're still tied in, right?
Yep.
You don't have to be playing this one game because you don't like that game, but you're in this other one, but you're still tied into the same community because it's, you have this band of games. That's what I mean.
Well, Gala is by far the leader in that world, right? And you're closer to this than I am. You follow this way more. There
are others. There are others, but by market cap, they're huge compared to anybody else. But now they've got all these issues, and speaking of egos that we talked about earlier with the whole BitBoy stuff, you got egos. There it goes again, and there's a lot of people who are losing trust in that. And listen, when shit starts happening at the top of an organization and you're an investor, it makes you a little uneasy.
Yeah,
it does. So, yeah.
Well, I think you've raised an interesting point, and I think it. So let's call it here, and I'll give Zach complete credit if this does turn out to be true, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to throw him under the bus for it. I'm kidding, of course. In the fact that I think that as we're looking out into 23, 24, I think what's going to be interesting to see is what is the next wave or waves of utility. And I think, to your point, Zach, I think it probably will be some version. I would love for it to be a version of community gaming utility. Let's call it. I think that's a great way to kind of, to brand it, if you will, Yeah.
Let me just make one more point, because I've been thinking about this. The overall global crypto market is what today? 1.11 trillion. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 1 trillion, 100 billion. What? Yeah. 1 trillion, 1 billion, whatever. Yeah.
What's the global market cap of gaming?
Bigger than that? I have no idea. I don't know the number. Does anybody know the number? Somebody Google it.
Yeah, drop that in there, and do the global number, not just the U.S. number. Do the global number.
The global worldwide gaming,
200 billion, I think.
Well, it depends on if you're talking about like AAA gaming, mobile gaming. I mean, there's different variations, but yes,
Yeah.
And then metaverse is its own kind of thing, and blah 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 blah.
Here's the point.
Yeah,
gaming itself on the blockchain could be bigger than the entire crypto market cap right now.
Absolutely. I completely
That's how big gaming is. I mean, literally. And I'm not a gamer. You don't have to be a gamer to know this. It's like, or to see this. What other is? Yeah.
Well, 250 billion, John said. Yeah.
Now, is that US or is that global?
Is that global or is that US? I feel like the overall gaming market's bigger than that, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
240.
Worldwide
gaming. Okay.
Revenue from 347 US dollars at the mobile gaming market. So it looks like combined they're 600 billion, give or take, mobile gaming. And then the worldwide gaming, or is mobile gaming, Angela, is mobile gaming inside of?
No, I think she's saying the 248
is part of the 347.
248 came from mobile, which makes sense because mobile is the biggest money maker.
That's what's always surprised me is that mobile gaming is bigger than AAA gaming.
Way bigger.
I know. It's always surprised me.
And there's some heavy AAA gamers out there, but the thing is, when you think about globally, a lot of people, that's how they access the internet all the time. They only access the internet on their cell phone. Like if you start going into India, China, a lot of parts of the non-developed world or not as developed world as the US,
Yeah.
They've never even been on a laptop or PC.
Yeah, that's
literally, this is
yeah,
their access to the internet.
that's their it. Well, yeah. And so, John, thanks, John. So it's supposed to grow to 665 billion by 2030. So that's a triple. That's a double, kind of double, almost 3x from where we're at right now. No, a little bit. Yeah, 3x. Okay, cool.
But the point is, I mean, huge, right?
Oh
Huge.
yeah.
And I mean,
but I will tell you, those numbers don't make it bigger than the overall crypto market. It's just one adjunct of it.
right. But I mean,
Right?
the way the gaming industry is growing, I mean, it could be a huge chunk of it. It could be a huge chunk of the overall crypto market. I mean,
absolutely.
Like logistically thinking about this, why wouldn't every great game from here on out be built on the blockchain?
I don't know the technical reason how I technically can't answer that. I know why you're asking the question.
Yeah,
you know, I
mean, you're right. I mean, I'm not coming at it from a tech standpoint. I'm just like fundamentally, let's just say, if that were feasible, why wouldn't they do it?
I mean, okay. I mean, money invested. You know, we all know. I know this because I have a 15-year-old son. He's waiting on, and Angela mentioned this earlier, GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6. By the way, Angela or somebody drop in how much has been spent on the development of GTA 6. Somebody give me that number, and just because it's massive. So here's why I'm saying this. So this is a opposition to what you just said, Zach. Okay. GTA 6 is arguably going to be the biggest cost-based development game ever. It's supposed to be the biggest launch of a video game ever. This is a company that's probably invested 100 billion in this. I don't know how much, but it's a lot. They're not, that's in proprietary tech, right? Yeah. They've spent all those billions and billions to develop that. But I think what you will see is an evolution, and you will see ultimately a marriage of traditional gaming and crypto, because it is those markets. My son and his that will grow up with crypto is just a part of their world. So John says 2 billion. It's probably, so it's been, there you go. So $2 billion. There you go. Thank you so much. $2 billion in development for GTA 6. Crazy. And it's going to be the biggest game ever.
Crazy.
And he's waiting, and it's going to crush it,
Crazy. Yeah. There's so much pent up demand for it. It's insane.
Yep.
But yeah, it's, I definitely think that's one of the sectors that's going to be huge. I mean, and, we've talked about the enterprise sector. I think that's next up. I think EGB. Metaverse.
Yeah.
Metaverse and gaming kind of together. Enterprise. I mean, DeFi.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing, kind of final thought, right? I think if you look out at what we know is coming, Ethereum ETFs, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I wonder if that's an interesting point we raised there. Ethereum ETF, Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin halving, those three main narrative points, again, I think will spark the rally and will be the rally for crypto to move up. And I think that this is what I love about crypto as compared to, say, stocks and P&E ratios and pick the right stocks and, all this kind of stuff, is that I think you don't have to be overly smart to make money in crypto. You just have to have a plan, and you have to know really one main thing. Crypto rises and falls with the price of Bitcoin and, to an extent, Ethereum. If you know that and you're willing to abide by that rule, this is my opinion, then you can just pick your moment. I'm going to buy, and I'm just going to hold, and I know that it's going to go up, and it's going to go up because of Ethereum ETF, Bitcoin halving. By the way, clarity in regulatory clarity, which will ultimately open up all of the traditional finance houses, the Fidelity, Schwab's, all those guys of the world, to say to their customers, hey, take 1% of your portfolio, and we need to go buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum. All of these things combined will take crypto to, my opinion, $7 to $10 trillion market cap. And you will look up and go, well, the Bitcoin I bought for $25,000 is now worth $300,000. I am freaking smart as hell. I mean, all you did was invest in the big guys and waited. That's it. To me, that's the secret. That's all I got. I'm done.
And I mean, the proof is in the last 13 years, right? Yeah. There's no better asset than Bitcoin. It's not even freaking close. There's nothing close.
Yep.
I mean, and that's what I tell. I mean, you were talking about your story earlier, like when people outside of crypto, your friends, buddies, people ask me, and I'm like, they're like, how should I invest in crypto? Like, what would you do today? I'm like, if you want to set it and forget it, not think about it. There's no better performing asset in the last 13 years than Bitcoin. You can look it up.
Yeah.
Right there. I mean,
yeah. And we're in the valley looking up at this good peak of about to go up this massive run. That's not even a word. Run up, whatever. There you go. Run up. Yes.
I heard you.
It's dementia, this run up because of all these things we just said, right? Bitcoin halving and all that kind of stuff. Do you agree or disagree that if you had a room full of 50 staunch bears and staunch bulls and said, okay, we know you guys hate each other and you disagree on everything, but do you agree on this one thing that are in and around because of historical data, the Bitcoin halving, that do y'all agree that Bitcoin will go north of $100,000? And I think for the most part, that would be 90+% of the people would go, yep.
Yeah. I mean, if you're good with this, we can end on this chart. I'll flash this up here real quick.
Yeah, here you go.
This is 2011. This is going back to 2011. Every candlestick you see on here is 1 month. Okay. This is the Bitcoin chart from August 2011 to now. So you've all heard when in doubt, zoom out.
Yep.
That's why you zoom out, because what does that chart look like to you?
Hey, look, I'm sorry. I got to give another plug. That's our little indicator sitting there showing buy, sell, buy, sell.
Yeah. The last time it flashed momentum up on the 1 month was when Bitcoin was at $12,000 back in 2019. So
put a thermometer. Listen, a thermometer. Put a ruler on that. That's just funny as shit. Put a thermometer
on that thing. And then if you'd have got out at the momentum down, which it actually spiked around 33,000, which is a good spot to get out because we have not been back there.
Yep.
But yeah, that's 185%.
185%. There you go.
On Bitcoin. And if we take this into the week, you'll have more opportunities here, obviously. But look at this, just not too long ago, back in January, start of the year on the weekly chart, momentum up. And we have yet to get a momentum down on the weekly chart. But right. That was the start of the year. Pretty nice.
I mean, again, that
42% to the top.
To your point, right? Bitcoin.
I mean, there's Ethereum, the weekly chart. Look at that, Austin. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
That's the weekly chart.
Looks pretty
2011.
Go get the software. The link in the description below, right? I mean, that's the cool shit, right?
Definitely.
I mean, so I think back to
next time. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go.
And next time you have somebody asking you about Bitcoin, take a screenshot of that. Be like, well, here's Bitcoin since 2011 on the weekly chart. There you go.
Crypto's a scam. Hold on a minute.
Yeah. I mean,
look at this chart.
What weekly chart looks like that?
What looks like that?
Nothing. Not even the best of the best. Not even Apple. Not even. Yeah. So.
My traditional money manager hates that I buy and sell and trade crypto. She knows what I do for a living, right? And she's just like, it's so volatile. And I'm like, what's your returns on what you've got me in traditional finance? And she showed me, and I'm not going to divulge the numbers, but it's definitely not as good as crypto.
Right.
But
there's still a place for that too, right? I mean, you're still happy you have that side of it because it makes you
minimization, right? Yeah. Spread risk minimization, right? That's what it comes to.
It allows you to take more risks over in crypto because you know you got that sitting over there.
Absolutely.
So,
all right. Well, we beat this into the ground. All right, guys. So thanks for your time. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We covered a lot of ground. We hope to see Ben Armstrong come back stronger. Gary Gensler getting raked over the coals of Congress. That was a good thing. I like that. I love that he couldn't answer the Pokemon trading card. That just made me laugh. That was funny. That's funny as shit. And basically we got some good stuff coming. And I think crypto is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you just got to be willing to wait and not let your emotions take you out of the game. And don't let them. Do you agree with this, Zach? I'll hand you the mic. Don't let them run you out of the game, because I still believe there's that concentrated effort, whether it's coordinated or not, the talking heads talking shit about crypto today or, tomorrow or whatever. What's your final thought around that?
Just stick to your plan, stick to your goals, have long-term goals, because when you have long-term solidified goals, you're less likely to be shaken, by this short-term stuff, less likely to be shaken by the noise. So that's what I'm always thinking. 2030, like 2030. Where if you get in that daily mindset, that, you know what I mean, it clouds your judgment.
Well, to your point, zoom out, right? I mean, people get caught up on what Bitcoin's doing in the next hour, or what it did in the last hour. And if you look
even in
at
the last month, like September sucked, right? Because it's like, oh shit. But I mean, it really helps when you look at that weekly chart. You're like, take a little bird's eye view. You're like, okay, we're okay. It's okay.
All right. We're going to end with that. All right, guys, we'll see you, and have a good one. Go make some money.